Today we're taking a look at 150 offline mobile games. They're on a tier list, and I want to let you know if Mr. GBX's video is on point or not. Basically what I'm doing is taking a look at what he put together and seeing if I would recommend the games that they're playing. I think this is a good idea. Let's dive in. All right, starting off with something that's already a little pixelated. Cassette Beast, iOS, PC, Android. I'm not going through all the details of every single one, but we are gonna take a look at the games themselves. Looks like an RPG style game that I would probably pass on this one. So essentially what I'm gonna do with every one of these videos, break it down a little bit, let you know if I had any experience playing this game, and then let you know if I think it's worth it or not. Going into Blades of Dakaron, this one I would say is no, not worth your time, not worth playing. This one doesn't look very exciting to me whatsoever, and I would probably not even download it. Oh, Dredge, offline game. I'll tell you what though, it's free to download, but then approximately $25 to play this game. With that being said, it is a fantastic fishing experience that's atmospheric, as well as bringing you elements that are of horror as well. It's also on Steam. I would suggest you play this one. I really do like it, and I think it's a great game. For people that are into a fishing type experience, which is not me as a player, but I know that there are many of you that would be into something like that. Ark Ultimate Mobile Edition. Ark is awesome, man. If you're looking for an offline open world survival style game, this is one of the best ones that you're going to find. Now there are a lot of options. We'll probably see more of them on the video today, but this is definitely a good one that I could highly recommend. Trials of Mana, another really good one. I've actually played this one, I believe, here on the channel. It's an MMO style Apple Arcade game that's quite a bit of fun. Definitely light, bright, and anime enthused. Maybe not one of my favorites in genre, but one that's definitely worth your time. Shawarma Legend? Shawarma Legend? I'm not playing this cooking game. I don't think that you should either. Looks a little bit cheesy if you ask me. Oh, Shades, Shadow Fight Roguelike. I love these shadow style games. I think that the graphics are done really well for a very simplistic type game, and the combat is also very fun. This is a go. I would play this one. Oh, Carry On. I've spoken about this one on the channel many of times. In this game, you play as the alien, as the enemy, and you need to kill all the good guys. You have to kill all of the people. Definitely a different style platformer that we haven't seen before. A must play in my opinion. The Pathless, a platformer style game that looks decent. It looks like you're playing as some type of a ninja and having to go into not just a back and forth platformer, but one that where you could actually go into the game as well. It does have some atmospheric elements which look really nice. At the end of the day, I can give or take that one. Balatro, a card game. Card games are fun. I'll stick with poker or solitaire though myself and be just fine. I could probably pass on this one. Fury Unleashed, an action roguelike platformer game that looks fairly decent. It looks like it came right off of the Nintendo, the original Nintendo I'm talking about. Combat looks fun. For platformer players, I would say this is something that you may want to try. It looks pretty cool. Beach Buggy Racing. I love Mario Kart style games. This is exactly that. If you're looking for a racer that's fun and competitive, yet at the same time casual, I would recommend this one. The Battle of Polytopia. I've played a little bit of this turn-based strategy game in the past, and I wasn't the biggest fan, so I would probably say no, I don't recommend it. Feral Frontier, where you play as a bunch of cats in this cat-like shooter. It was decent, graphics were okay, gameplay was also okay, definitely a mediocre title that I could do with or without. The Way Home, pretty popular this one is right here. Also not my type of game, but one that a lot of people do like, so it's one that I have to go ahead and recommend that you try if you like roguelike shooters in a pixelated type world. The Rise of the Golden Idol, a puzzle style game that's a Netflix title. I personally don't love these puzzle style games, although this one does have some cool atmospheric elements to it, but again, I really don't like puzzle games, so for me it's a no. Good Pizza, Great Pizza. No. Ooh, Gris. This is a nice atmospheric platformer as well that I really do quite like. It's got beautiful graphics, beautiful music that goes along with the title as well. Highly recommend this one if you're a platformer or someone that likes casual style, calm, atmospheric games. Terraria. How could you not recommend this? This is an awesome sandbox title that's been amazing for such a long time. It's definitely a must play. Kingdom Rush 5 and the entire series. I love Kingdom Rush. I love tower defense games. I think that Kingdom Rush games are done really well. It's a must play if you like tower defense or strategy games at that. Hyper Light Drifter, an action adventure game that is very simplistic in graphic style and gameplay seems okay. Probably one that I would personally pass up. If you disagree, you could let me know. Zombatron, a platformer style game, pretty simplistic in play style. I do like the graphics, although the characters do seem a little bit flimsy and wonky if you ask me, which was something I was not the biggest fan of. Overall, though, a decent platformer. Plants vs. Zombies 2. I love tower defense. I love Plants vs. Zombies. Plants vs. Zombies 1, 2, doesn't matter. It's a must play, worth your time. Bendy and the Ink Machine, a horror style puzzle game. You know how I feel about horror and puzzle. Not a fan of either, but the atmospheric elements inside of this one, the artwork is actually quite unique and I do like it. So this is one that I would say I would probably try myself. Children of Mortha. This is a really great one. It's like an action RPG roguelike style game. I think it's a lot of fun, yet simplistic at the same time. So it brings something quite a bit different to the scene. You could try this one. Nexamon Extinction. A turn-based strategy game, guys. You know I'd rather be playing Raid Shadow Legends myself. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. And I'll be linking this video in the description of the video if you want to check out the original. Cameron, a turn-based creature collection. See, when it comes to turn-based strategy style games, I only have the room in my heart for a select few. So when I come into other ones, especially ones that lack some of that purity and some of that really beautiful graphics, it falls off the radar for me. The Dark Prince, turn-based creature collector style game. I like how it has an open world feel to it, but at the end of the day, it's still the same type of combat that we're used to in this genre. Again, not one that's super exciting to me. Another turn-based battler right here. Shadow Fight 2. All the Shadow Fight games are good. They're great fighting games. They're good offline experiences, and they're worth your time. Oceanhorn, yes, an action-adventure title. This one definitely has RPG elements to it as well. I would recommend playing this one. I think it's great. Finally, a sports game, Pixel Cup Soccer Mobile. And I'm going to give this one a yes, just because there are not many really good soccer games on the on mobile, and this one looks like it's quite a bit of fun. So if you like soccer, give this one a shot. Escapist 2, strategy sim. Game looks okay. Again, not one of my favorite genres, so it wouldn't be one that I would try out myself. But if this is a genre that you like and you're cool with the graphic style that they offer, it could be one that you try. Beholder. This is another simulation style game that has different compartments. Honestly, I'm not even knowing what you're doing in these compartments. I'm thinking it's something like, this would be one that I would check out just to figure out what it was actually all about. Plus the graphics seem okay. So I can't give this one a no. Super Bear Adventure. It's another platformer strategy style game with a really cheesy looking bear. This one's got to be a pass from me. Dungeons of Dreadlock 1 and 2. Another puzzle style game. I actually like the whole dungeon feel that this one has and the graphic style. It brings you back in the day a little bit. I like it, although I don't like puzzlers, but if you do, I'd recommend it. Monument Valley 3 and the entire series, another puzzle style game. This is another one that's come really popular. A lot of people have loved this game, and with that alone, I have to recommend it. Grim Valor, an action adventure style game. Yeah, of course you got to play this one. This one definitely has more of a platformer feel to it, but it definitely also has some fun elements. Kind of has that Ninja Gaiden feel as well. Decent game. Worth your time. Not as good as Diablo Immortal, though. Yes, Your Grace, a Choices Matter strategy title. This is something that I feel like I'd be playing on my original Apple computer. Would probably be a little bit boring for me, so I would pass on it. Hitman, Blood Money Reprisal. Stealth action game. Looks like it's a lot of fun. Little mix of Assassin's Creed and maybe even some GTA. You could try this one. After Ink and the Ink series, a strategy sim game. Not typically into these. This one does seem like it has some good build out to it though. So if you are into the genre, sure, but if not, I would pass. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. It's a fighting game, and yeah, man, it's Naruto. If you don't like it, then that's cool. If you don't like anime or Naruto itself, but action fighting, it does okay. Badland. This is a really fun platformer. I think the graphics are awesome inside of this game. I think the game is really unique, and the sounds that come along with it are also pretty great. A platformer that I would definitely recommend for people into the genre. Man, Punch Club 2, I remember playing this game on my PC back in the day. Absolutely loved it back then. It was an RPG strategy management style fight game, and I would recommend you all play it. I had a great time myself. Fallout Shelter. This is the game I was thinking of earlier in the video when I couldn't think of the name. Fallout Shelter is a great management style sim game as well. I love this one. Plus, I love Fallout. It's a must try if you haven't tried it already. Theotown. Just not as exciting for me. Many other sim games that I'd rather play instead. Poppy Playtime, horror again. Obviously, this one is super popular and super, everyone loves playing it, so I would recommend it. I personally probably wouldn't download it though to play myself. Super Cat Tails Paws. It's a platformer game. The graphics kind of throw me off a little bit. Don't love the music that goes along with either, and I'm more of a dog guy than cats. I would pass on this one, although if you are a cat person or just think the game looks cute, I think you'd probably like it. It looks like a fun platformer. Here we go. Swords and Sandals Immortals, a turn-based RPG that seems to have itself a little bit of simplistic style combat. Hard pass. Oddmar. Oddmar is freaking awesome, man. I love this platformer. This is one that I used to talk about a lot in the past. Offline, amazing graphics, and just super fun. Definitely download Oddmar now. Door Kickers. It's another tactical shooter style game. It's a top-down element, though, kind of like that Echo game. I think this one's actually pretty cool, and I think that a lot of people would be into it if they gave this one a shot. Warped Kart Racers. It's a goofy kart racing game. If you want to have a little fun, sure, you can download it. Hunt Down, another platformer right here. Brings me back to the old Ninja Turtles days, or even a game called eSWAT. Do you remember the game eSWAT? This one definitely has that feel. I like this. It brings me back to the 80s, man. Skyforce Reloaded, a nice top-down shooter arcade game. I like it a lot. We don't see a lot of these types of games out there, at least not ones that are popular. This one seems like it's quite a bit of fun. Rick and Morty, turn-based RPG. Can you guess what I'm going to say? I'm going to pass on this one. Zombie Off-Road Safari. Let's be honest, the game's a little bit cheesy. The graphics are whatever, and the gameplay itself seems extremely clunky. Can't go recommend this one to anyone. Moonlighter is a roguelike management game that I'm gonna pass on and that I'm not going to play. Hack is a fun one. It's an action Metroidvania style game. Definitely brings you back to the Castlevania days with what games actually looked like back then. Super fun looking platformer that I would say would come highly recommended. Far Lone Sails, an adventure game with some graphics that are on point, something really unique here. Definitely like a black and white feel, but with some touches of color along the way just for emphasis. This game looks like it's really unique, atmospheric, and something that you should try. Wonder Boy, The Dragon Trap. It's another platformer style game. This one cute. The graphics are a little bit more enhanced than some of them that we've seen. It looks like we're looking at a wannabe Yoshi on the screen right now. Cool though. I'd try it. The House of Da Vinci. This is a series puzzle style game. Because it's a puzzle game, I would pass, but I did love the books, Da Vinci Code and that whole series. So that would maybe lean me towards wanting to try this one. It definitely is inspired by it. Oh, this one's good. Leo's Fortune, another Apple Arcade platformer game. Really cute title right here where you play as a fuzzy ball trying to get through the different platform. I like this game. I think it's cute. I think it's fun. I think it's really well put together. It's a must-play platformer. Magic Rampage, an action platformer RPG. I think it's a bit much to call this an action RPG. It's more like another platformer style game. And this one, it's probably one that I would pass on. The Stanley Parable. It's a story game. Boring. Not interested. Darkest Dungeon, another turn-based strategy game that seems to have wonky elements to it. We see this a lot in the genre, and it's actually a little bit disappointing to me. I want to see more emphasis on the production of the game. Eternium. I love this action RPG. This is one of the OGs on the platform. Such a great action RPG. Even 10 years later, must play Eternium no matter what action RPG you're playing right now. Go download this one. Kingdom 2 Crowns. It's a strategy game, and it's alright. Definitely lacks the luster that I'm looking for to make me want to download and play something. Northgard. This is a strategy game in itself, and I actually do quite like this one. I think that the whole nature element that this one brings and the ability to really check out the different terrains and be strategic in your gameplay because of those terrains and border lines is going to be something that I like. Oceanhorn 2. Well, if you like the first one, you know the second one's going to be a blast for you as well. I would play this one as well. Yeah, for sure. Potion Pyramid. It's an RPG game, and I actually think this one looks pretty cool. I like the way that the character moves. I like the graphics that the game offers, and I like the exploration that the game's going to offer as well. Now, Space Marshals looks even better. It's a tactical shooter style game. I think the graphics are cool. I like the top down, and I like the whole style of game, tactical shooter. Really makes you think about how you're going to be able to take out the opponents in the most stealth and efficient way as possible. OTR, off-road car driving game. Definitely sounds like something fun. I don't know why we're running around and grabbing coins though. That is a weird start, but off-road vehicle riding, it's fun for any dude. Earn to Die Rogue. This is a rogue-like shooter style game, and again, an element here that just kind of looks a little rudimentary in the development of the game. It looks okay. Nightfall Kingdom Frontier Tower Defense. I like tower defense style games. This one is definitely a little bit different than the ones that you're used to seeing. Here you actually run around as a character. It's more of a strategy game. I would give it a shot just because it's in the tower defense genre. Streets of Rage 4, heck yes. Play this game. Absolutely love Streets of Rage. I did back in the day, I do today. I think this game has been made very, very well. Fran Bow, puzzle, story rich. Creepy things happen. Still, not interested. Farmville 2. I'm not a farming sim kind of guy, but I know a lot of people love it. So how do you go ahead and tell people not to play Farmville? You don't. If you like farming sims, Farmville's one that you gotta try. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with my recommendations in the games shared here today? Again, I want to thank Mr. GBX for the video. I'll be linking his video in the description. Make sure you go check out the original. I have a follow-up coming to this one very soon. Subscribe.